Hello YouTubers, this is my book review on a cool little book called QBQ, Question Behind a Question by John Miller. You would think it'd be a pretty quick read, but if you apply everything in it, it's taken me a little bit longer, but it's worth it. Really good book to apply. So we'll jump right into it. Pretty much it's applying it, like, instead of complaining, because we all complain, when's this going to happen, why are they doing this? Well, you pretty much replace that with what can I do? Use an I. What can I do? And then you take action and do it. So you replace thoughts with actions that lead to a positive result, and that just basically increases your odds of success in any scenario. So talks about effective learning. So I'm reading some of the notes I made on this to translating what you know into what knowing what to do, and it's translating knowing what to do into doing what we know. It talks about I can't go through the whole thing. I wished I could, but you'll have to read the book. Talks about procrastination as the enemy. It's good to take action. Talked a little bit about coaching and disciplined thoughts. It's more or less taking accountability, taking responsibility for yourself. You can't depend on say a failure. It's not effective to blame other scenarios or other people. You have to step up and create your own fate, basically. So also the only person you can change is yourself. You can't change others, and you don't have the right to. But you can change yourself. You can change your own, like I said, your own fate. So walking the walk, talks about integrity, which I really like. There's one section of there in the integrity test, according to this specific book. It's on page 76, chapter 24, and basically what it says, you believe or leave. So instead of complaining and you don't like something and you believe it's not beneficial to yourself or to the team or what have you, or if you're stuck in a rut, if you exhausted all efforts and maybe it's time to move on to, you'll have to make a decision. Well, what can I do? Well, basically move on to a different scenario. You either believe or you leave, and it's better than complaining. So you just believe in it or move on. And I really like that. I like, instead of blaming, taking once again responsibility for yourself. I like what it said about teamwork, and it says a teammate is someone who can look right through you and still enjoy the view. Now how cool is that if I could always be able to, and that's what I'm going to work on doing. To be a team player, you have to, it takes a lot of acceptance of others, and hopefully they accept you, too. But everybody's got their weaknesses and their strengths, so I really like that. And of course, action solves problems. The questions usually, is in the answer, according to this book, which I like. It talks about communication and don't ask when. That's like self-procrastination. If you ask when, you do something about it. A little section on creativity. Creativity is thinking outside the box, but it's also succeeding in the box. Start with what you have and progress, not when you have better tools or what have you. So it's basically, sowing and reaping, working with what you have and progressing, which is really cool. Also too, I was curious about if there's QBQ certifications. I think you can go online and I think you can get QBQ certified. if I get QBQ certified, I should update you YouTubers, let y'all know what I think about it. So it's basically, you know, asking problem-solving questions and avoiding negativity with productive questions. Talks about, you know, frustrations. Sometimes it's an opportunity to contribute or to learn or to have growth. It's also, you know, better choices in the moment by asking better questions. And you have to do this through discipline, and that's what I'm working on. Disciplining myself to really apply these very simple principles. So, you know, you choose your next action, not your thought. So you ask the question, you set the goal, and then you move towards it. Not the thought where you dwell upon it, because that's just not productive, procrastination, and negative. It's not going to get anything done. I mean, if you vent and vent and vent, you won't move on, you know. So you know, making better choices, you know, choosing positive thoughts. So what I'm getting out of this book too, to really apply it, it takes some discipline. I wouldn't say superhuman discipline, but you definitely have to work at it, or I will have to definitely work at it. Maybe it'll come so easy for you. I hope it does. I'm having to work on this and really discipline my thoughts and my mind to really apply this, you know. But it's focused a lot on action, you know, and not being a victim, you know. And according to that book, says, you know, stress is a choice, and that kind of makes sense. You're really in control of your own thoughts. That was pretty much on my notes there. But yeah, when I first got this book, and I got it at half-price bookstore, I thought it was going to be a quick read. No, it's roughly 115 pages or what have you. I thought, oh, I'll read this over a weekend. It took me longer, because you really, you know, I had to digest it and apply it, and I'm still applying it. And I'm very thankful that I came across this book, and I'm applying it. This is one of the good stuff to read, you know. And just like the question, you know, why do I read? You know, why do I search stuff on specific topics? You know, to grow. So maybe, hopefully, I asked a good question and then it directed me to this book. You know, now that I think about it, maybe that happened. I don't recall, but it's very possible. You know, there's a reason why I came across this, and so I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, John G. Miller, he's also got some other books that I'm checking out, and I should update you as well about those. But this is definitely going to stay in my library as a book that I'll come back to. I recommend it, good reading for you, and I hope it helps you out as it's helped me, and I hope you enjoyed this vid. Thank you for stopping by, and I bid you a good day or a good evening or what have you. You take care till the next time. Bye-bye.